Alright. Hello, crewmates, and welcome back to more Coffee Talk for Casual Friday. I guess we didn't get that far. How long is this version of the game? That's what I want to know. I kind of forgot where we were because it's been a couple weeks, because I kind of forgot to play last week. Because I was busy with Dungeons & Dragons. And usually I play after that, but I kind of forgot. So, oh well. Huh. I thought there was more stuff in the drawer yesterday. Am I misremembering things? You have a thief! Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Gala. Oh. You can hide. Good evening, Mr. Hyde and Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. I'm still satisfied that I guess Lack was related to me. Oh, yeah, I got you. Goodness. Are you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my Fury is giving me a hard time. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yes, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for a Fury. And that changes the way we react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Is there a drink that can help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Lack. Since a Galahad can soothe your fury, maybe it'll work on pre-fury as well? Maybe. But I think it'd need a bit more relaxing. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine and maybe blue? Gee, okay, how do I make a Galahad again? Galahad. Hyde. Supermodel. Tea, milk, ginger. Okay, so... Milk. Ginger. 1 decaf Galahad. Gala tea. This doesn't give him... I don't have anything, okay. Gala tea. Serve it! Here you go, Gala tea for you. You come up with these names on the spot, Lack? No, it takes a bit of soul searching. It's kind of a Bob's Burgers situation, you know how it is. To tailor it to the situation and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what you're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. Right. Let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Very happy to hear that. Not very talkative tonight, are you, Hyde? What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen? Actually, Lack. Guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, it wasn't that bad. No? I was so tired today that I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Mumbling around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. You say that, but when you spend entire nights looking miserable, no advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as is. You should know by now I feel when Fury's about to hit. I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one. Lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's constant these days. Please help me help him, Lack. I'm at my wit's end. Mr. Hyde? Nah. Fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. But I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species' years. Eyes on the prize, Lack. Intervention first, gossip later. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? Oh, shoot. My job! Hey, no need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave the modeling behind then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. So they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured and stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with the wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink, and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though, with slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. I salute those shorts. But the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. So are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. And that became part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you? That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in a 14-hour shift? Do you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? Do you see what I'm dealing with, Lack? Oh, out of this guy. It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in your hand, Mr. Hyde. Yes, that sounds good. Why don't you give hibiscus another shot, Lack? I'll give you a hint. Make it very, very spicy hibiscus. So... Oh, shoot. Reset. Oh, what am I doing? Hang on. This is hard. He said spicy. So I'm like, cinnamon? Let's see if this actually makes something. Nope. Trash it. Okay. Let's try the other way. No, 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 no. No, no. No, damn you. Alright. Let's see if this makes anything. Nothing. Alright, let's see. Does this do anything? Okay, let's see what tomato chill. Super model. I'm a model, if you know what I mean. Great picture, Rachel. I shake my little touche. They're eating pizza, those traitors. That's it. Having trouble? Let's see. Spicy. He wants it spicy. He wants some spicy stuff. I don't know. Mint's not spicy, though. It's gotta have cinnamon in it, right? I gotta look this up. People are really gonna be mad that I'm trying to find the answers in coffee talk. I mean, it's not like it's... Hide. Spicy... Oh wait, that's wrong. I spelled hype. Hype man. Hibiscus. How do you spell that? Okay. Hibiscus. Hibiscus. Lemon and cinnamon. Would that work? Let's see if that makes something. What? What did I do? Oh, darn it. He's just staring at me. Nope. I mean, not really. Usually a good sign is when it actually becomes something. Let's see, hibiscus-based ginger. The sop? Maybe that's it. It's ginger and lemon. It's my last... I might have to go with this. Or pink spice. Maybe that's it? Have I already done pink spice? I have. A smooth, but he wants it very, very spicy. Zobo? Maybe it's a Zobo with 2 gingers. Zobo. Maybe it's the Zobo. You don't mess with the Zobo. Zobo. Let's see. Maybe this is it. Hey! Okay. And I had to figure that out, too, so it's technically not cheating. They didn't tell me. You do know me well, Mac. Ah, so I take it this works for you. This is perfectly executed Zobo, if I ever tasted one. I to see you've made good use of your ginger resupply. So you knew it couldn't get it right that time. Forgive an old man and his old man jokes. I see you've had your fun, but you still lost your bet, Hyde. A bet? When Hyde is wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him. And I bet he could definitely figure out the one hibiscus drink he likes. Oh, it's a good thing I figured it out then. Oh my god. So now I get to say that I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner. At a place of my choosing. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Let's see. You say it, Hyde? You won every single one of the bets we've ever had. Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. Just rub it in my face, why don't you? Shut up, male model. You've got plenty of money. Oh, who's it coming? Lua! Oh, hi, everyone. Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. That's good. I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. Wait, what the fuck? Did you guys hear that? Something came out of my... What? What happened? Oh. Oh, I got... Okay, I get it. Vegan vampire. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. It's my program. How are things with you two, by the way? Let me just order before I answer. If that's alright, Lack. Of course, what would you like? I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations. Give me some booze. So I have a bit of a sore throat. If there's anything you can recommend for that, definitely something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey drink then, please. I have to be careful. I guess tea would probably be right. Lemon and honey. Tea's usually the best for a sore throat, not coffee. Even I know that. Midsummer Night's Dream, I like that. My favorite Shakespeare play. Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Lack. She's hitting on me. That's right? Am I reading too much? Whatever. Ah, that's truly lovely. Just what I needed. That's great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings for everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision-making. And part of me likes that, but part of me also feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you probably gathered that Bay and I have been fighting. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little about it, too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days, and honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. Oh, excuse me. Water burps. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know. It's a vicious cycle, lady. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people at the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although, I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision-making at my job was taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right involving my family. He's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bay. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. They're always with these big parties, very well put together, very classy. I was just at one in Disneyland, so there you go. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits? I don't know. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget? You just talked. You two just talked. You wouldn't have these problems. Like, I don't know why. Whatever. That's up to you how to communicate, isn't it? Right, but it's still a different topic. We've been through so much. You all know that. This is supposed to be our special day. A way to celebrate our partnership. Bay wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what the other thinks, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally, yes, I get that. But how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters? Right. And who are you in the partnership with? I believe you've met him. The blonde guy with the puppy eyes? Right. I'm glad you remember that. Because you're making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense of the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. That way you can take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness. But point taken. It's just... my family have certain expectations. Do they openly say that? No. Then maybe they do. Or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite anyone or to fight with them or anything. But you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. That's pretty funny. I did say I might become a couples counselor. But I agree with you. The lady smokes more cigarettes than teens from the 90s. Yeah, it's like a whole Mad Men episode with her. I swear to God. I mean, she's a succubus, so I guess the idea is like hellfire and stuff like that. But I agree with what all you've implied. And voice fucking person. Well, thank you, Painted Pig. I appreciate that. But I agree with what you implied.
I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde?
He's bored of modeling. Finds it too impermanent. Wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Vamps just want to have fun. They just wanna. They just wanna. Just a very quick summary.
Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you can make modeling fun again?
If my age don't kill me, this...
I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago.
That car orgy.
What happened then?
Awkward.
I was a model.
Oh. Okay, so maybe this isn't what I was thinking. Alright. I thought it was the car incident where he met Gala. Or that Gala was his bodyguard or whatever.
I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, Bulma Briefs. And she wanted to take her own pictures.
Is the guy on the left or right? Yes, he is. Werewolf, vampire, succubus. In that order. From left to right.
She got a studio, lugged the outfits.
Oh, it is a woman. Maybe it is Bulma. Oh, excuse me.
Lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different, and I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that.
I stole my line. Well, I'm trying to pay attention to the comments, Gears.
Is that unusual? It's not unusual to love anyone. Yet, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we kind of got friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her dark room.
Ooh, spicy. See the succubus in the games, it's Darkstalkers. There's some in the new Baldur's Gate. I know that, which I may play at some point because it's basically D&D, the video game. So I'm kind of really interested in trying out Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3. The bouldering.
Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out.
You always did have a fondness for dark places.
Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize.
This dude slept with Annie Leibovitz!
No. But that's not even what struck me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame. Working each picture through the chemical baths. Hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magical ritual.
It's 150 gigs on PC.
Oh my god, how much is it going to be on PS5 then? That's nuts. Oh my god. That's terrifying.
I haven't seen a werewolf since Skyrim. I'm writing a story with a werewolf. But it's kind of a different kind of werewolf than what we usually see. It's actually, to be honest, it's more like Gala. I'm not going to say much more than that, because I might try to promote it on my YouTube one day.
Hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magical ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera.
I'm doing my ARC playthrough bit. It's too big of a game, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I got you. I think I skipped a line. Dang it. Hang on.
At first, it was the first time I really portrait someone took. I'm in a weird place these days.
You know, I feel like it's actually okay if I take a drink because the whole point is they're drinking coffee. So maybe it makes it more authentic if I take a drink sometimes.
It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales, or to launch into soapy monologues. Soppy monologue, not soapy.
Although soapy kind of works.
Really. Just forget it. No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you.
Please share, Lua. You'd be doing both of us a solid.
Go on then. Well, maybe it's because you've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said, it captures the light beautifully. And it's more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that.
Not a monster, but does this game have any mad scientist characters? No, but it has aliens. Aliens show up.
Oh, me?
No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work.
I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Oh well, forget about it then.
No, don't forget about it at all. It'd be perfect. I'm starting to kind of want to give Gal a Patrick Warburton voice, but I kind of like the voice I've already given him. It'd be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You solve all the bridesmaids' dramas and offend the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. That hitman knockoff guy might fit that description. Yeah, kinda. Although he's supposed to be like ice, but for aliens. Aren't they called like mice or something? Or is it fire? I don't know. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is.
You're assuming they won't get divorced.
I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua.
It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades. Wait, if the model is a vampire, how does he show up on film? Because don't cameras use mirrors? That's a good point. Well, the lenses are mirrored, I think. Hey, Hemington, Mom. You did photography. You got any insight on this? You still there? The wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. The career in the mafia is really looking up. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep in my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, alright. That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Yeah, do cameras have mirrors like the old 60s ones? Because I guess digital cameras don't have mirrors. But if he's a vampire, would he even show up on the film? The bigger cameras do use mirrors, but smaller ones do not. Okay. I hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, Lack. Good night, J-Bob. See you later. Good night, you two. If I'm not mistaken. Well, Hemington, Dory Jean, she was a photographer, so a DSL camera did have mirrors, but the digital ones don't. Okay, so yeah, that does bring up the question of, would Hyde have even shown up? I mean, I guess you could say, well, in this universe, vampires
could show up in mirrors, but that's a really good point. That's a really interesting point. I don't know.
Here we go again.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. I'm a bat, but alright. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right?
That's for me to say. That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you?
I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way. And then next thing you know... I don't want it to sound too depressing.
It's too late for that, huh? I think he fell in love with this photographer lady, and it didn't work out. That's what I'm gathering from all this. So you don't believe in love?
Of course I do. But only in a certain kind.
They could use old-fashioned, which was just pinhole letting in light on a silver-painted tin plate. This coming from the guy with the animal facts, not camera experience, but a camera in my hands, and I'd be like an 80-year-old grandma with an iPad. Now a vampire could show up on an iPad.
You can choose to keep supporting someone, to enjoy their company.
Somebody call Anne Rice. See what she thinks about all this.
You can do that for years, with friends, families, lovers. But at the end of the day, you are still you, a separate person. And you are still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. I know, the one time I tried, it really didn't work out.
But do you regret trying? Awkward.
No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like is never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believed it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them, it won't pan out. There's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here.
Let me do a deep dive down the rabbit hole. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because that really does intrigue me, the question that Painted Pig brought up. Because that's really interesting. Unless they've already talked about it in the game and I just forgot, but I don't think they have.
And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. It's something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Mac. And I'm too tired to fight your logic. Which means it's time for me to head back.
Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-on-one chats. I hope we can keep proving you with a comfortable space here. Providing you with a comfortable space here.
Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now, in a century, maybe two. And Lou and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me.
Huh, that's That's actually really good dialogue. That's neat.
But you will. Am I right, like? That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. You've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return.
I suppose that's true.
So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone there rooting for me.
Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde.
We will make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to browse for some film cameras. What's the worst that could happen?
Indeed.
Take care of yourself, friend.
And you as well.
The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will.
That was melancholic. Bedchamber. Ooh, salacious.
I was longing for a deep slumber.
It's full of melatonin. A little tea, little cream, and a lot of melatonin. All right. Thursday, December 28th, 2023. We're getting close. We're getting close. Do you think I can beat this level before we actually get to September? A new image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. That's really funny. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. Good evening. Oh. Hey. Officer, welcome.
Hey, Lack.
How are you doing?
So much smoking in this game.
Awkward. Officer?
Oh, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now.
I'm sitting here playing Trailmakers, watching a stream living the good life. Good for you, Gears. I appreciate you chose this stream.
No worries? Work issues?
Okay, it's not mirrors that they can't not be reflected in exactly. It's silver black backed mirrors. Which back in the day were made with... They eventually were backed with other things instead of silver. Silver is what they are most adverse to. But that's what the cameras have, right? I'm a little... That would actually seems to imply almost more that they shouldn't be able to be seen in those kind of 60s cameras.
What else?
I'm all ears if you want to chat.
Huh, you're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Lack.
What happened?
Well, never-ending workplace issues aside. Things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about your recent patrols?
Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple days.
Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything?
Yes and no. The infrared's caught a couple of blurry things.
Sasquatch. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Knowing this game, it actually could be. Could have been anything, like rats, or cats, or bats, or hats. I can see a cat! Film does have silver, so I'm going, it's digital cameras. Okay. Well, they talked, the story that Hyde was telling was that the woman used a camera from the 60s. That's the thing. She was like a real Annie Leibovitz type, like a using nostalgic cameras for to look better.
But neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know? Laughter.
Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle?
Not at that size.
No. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really.
I see. So what's next?
I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, like, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped the bomb about the fairies, you see.
Oh, what about them?
Them silver and pie. Here's their skin. Okay. Huh. Interesting. As it turns out, fairies were an umbrella term for many types of beings. Thank you for. Well, it's not that it would harm them. It's not that it would harm them. It's just that they wouldn't show up on the film. That's the discussion. Then it should not work because silver is what is painted onto the negative. And the silver, when exposed to light, reacts and it is washed away when developing it. Okay. Huh. I guess they didn't know that, or they just were like, who cares? But it is interesting they chose to do that. But he does talk about how she didn't take many photos. But he did show up in the photos. Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. Probably, who cares? I guess so, but I would have appreciated if they'd put a little more thought into that, but oh well. But that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes. Apparitions like, ghosts. Ghosts? Ghosts. I see. What do you mean, I see? Huh? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. Excuse me. Bud, come on. Ghosts don't exist. What? Do they? Georgie, look at me, man. Look at me. Literally, a demon and a cat girl just walked by. Did you not see that? You seriously? Whatever. Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Alright. Right. The tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ack. He's Kathy. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Well, why wouldn't I be? Sprechen du Deutsch? No, Scribbles, I do not. Not really. Like a couple of words and that's about it. Sorry. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I mean, technically, banshees are ghosts. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look more into Celtic mythology about that. I guess you're not the only one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own Piccadillys? Is that what that is? True that. If you don't mind me telling, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. That's something I'm ready to talk about anyway. In the tongue of the German fatherland. Same answer. No, I do not. Sorry about that. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Lack. But that's all I'm willing to share for now.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So was my daughter. They're like my opposites. Very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see, that makes sense. They're the kind of thing people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Okay, more info. Because silver is one of the purest metals, and vampires and werewolves are the most impurest. Hence, silver repels vampires and werewolves. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the Zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. Hence the reflection cannot show up on silver. Okay. Well, considering... Are you an Anglo-Saxon or an American United States? I am an American from the United States. I'm actually a space pirate demon elf, but yes, I am American. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, like you see my lighter, right? I'd say it's pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. The thing was originally my grandpop's. He brought it sometime after the war ended. It's not here. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. Ah. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street. You see, my grandpop liked to chat. Why does no stranger speak German native tongue? I'm sorry, Scribbles, I don't know. I mean, I'd say probably look for more, like, German language, like, Let's Players, maybe? There's gotta be some. I don't know. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean... Good joke. Because I took Gaelic instead, yeah. Yeah, that's true. You mean... Bourne Street. Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But then I went through his files, and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He brought the lighter here. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure that's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way it's just coincidences, like. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Huh? Oh. Think about what's happened so far. Check my phone. Super Mario. Hey, I'm close friends with believer in life without a flight. Barely know Aqua. Check out the stories. Like. Says results. Never chill. That's very close to a friend of mine's username, actually. Well, at least Gears knows German, I guess. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. So tell me, who's in charge of the case? I'm a bit rusty. More info, I promised the last. Vampires are unable to reflect light. So, that is another reason they cannot be seen in mirror film. Okay, I'm done. Well, I learned a lot about vampires tonight. Vampire lore. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron. With some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't have even remembered on my own. Right. And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? Speak a bit of the Deutsch, yeah. How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Lack, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They made me question everything I've ever known, you know? They didn't really think that line through, did they? I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. Yeah, she sure has, Gears. She sure has. But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Alright. Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Alright, take it easy, Duchovny. Maybe you should take the day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to really special stuff. And keep thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help you ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Lack, even if the whole situation is, haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to the using regular flame, I mean. What are you going to make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Okay. What am I doing here? This magical drink you've learned, Lack. What? What? What am I... What? Come on, game. What the hell am I supposed to... Flame drink? Coffee talk. No, it needs to be Coffee Talk 2. French and...
Is that Korean?
Georgie. Oh, Japanese, okay. The characters sometimes elude me. I need to get back to learning Korean. I was trying to learn it for a little while and it didn't. Is it the Quimada? Is that it? Coffee, lemon. Oh shoot. Coffee, honey, and lemon? What am I doing? Okay, wait a minute. Here we go. What's today? What is today? The 28th. You guys hear me? Hang on. Characters for Japanese are impossible to find on mobile, but I'm actually okay. You guys can hear me? Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm fine. What's today? What's today? Shit. Today's day 10. Okay, so it has to be the Kimada. Okay. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay, I guess I should give him his lighter back. Serve it. Oh, wow. This drink does light up, huh?
Yep, this is special just for you. So don't tell anybody.
Roger that. Apparently I get a special route and it'll lock on story beat. So cool.
Dang, Lark.
This is really something else. Sorry, I was drinking stuff.
Are you sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea.
But I'll take responsibility if anything happens.
Huh. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Lack. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better.
Don't say that. Still gotta pay for it.
I'm always happy to help whenever I can.
Still gotta pay for it. Thanks. Man. At least with crooks, you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Who am I gonna arrest? Not with that attitude. Huh? Oh, shit! Oh! Anything can be called with... All right. Okay. Yeah, this is the guy from... Hang on. The Dark Side, right? I have this game. Where the hell is it? Is it in my, I got a lot of games here. It might be on my other hard drive, but hang on. Isn't it like Dark Side or something? Not Dark Souls. God almighty. Yeah, the Dark Side Detective. Oh, I thought I had these. Yeah. Maybe I'll have to play this at some point. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Alright. Alright, let me give him a good gumshoe voice.
Anything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again.
McQueen?
Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while.
It is you. And surprises just keep coming this week.
Let me go over there.
You two know each other? More or less? Yeah, I played that on. Yeah, I thought you did. I thought you did, Hamilton. I was trying to remember that. Brunch buddies?
Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt.
I'll just take both your words for it.
Good. Because I don't like to talk about it.
So what brings you here, Detective? Surely it's not the coffee.
Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost?
The anti-naughty not word system on YouTube didn't catch my other language cuss words for some reason. Huh. That's weird. Oh, you played Crisis IF2. I played a little bit of it. I might give it another try. I'm much more of like a guy who enjoys like BioShock and stuff like that. So, you need the sorry.
You need to bust a ghost? Oh.
Well, bust. I get it. Okay.
I mean, busting does make me feel good. I was just talking to Lack about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts.
How do you do it, Detective? Your cases, I mean. I've probably lost all my hair by now if I were you.
I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody. That's who.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, once you get over the dead part, maybe they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case where we were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on. You get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint.
Good game, though. So you haven't played Doom. All the Doom games are good, no matter which one. I played a good amount of the 2016 Doom. I might play it at some point. I need to get back to finishing it. It could get a little hard in some places for me, but if I just sit down and... I'm really into RPGs right now, which is why I really enjoyed BioShock, because it was an FPS, but it had a lot of RPG stuff to it.
Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exercise the place, right? But the husband, he caught wind, and he retreated into the basement. I couldn't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement than an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All this stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing. The whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks.
Ghost Trick? That's a different game.
But then, before I knew what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel, and he's behind me and... Wait.
Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film? But he wasn't dead yet when that scene happens, right? He was alive because Demi Moore sees him there.
Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped in my subconscious. Riveting. I was wondering why he was shirtless.
Who's this guy?
Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did.
Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck on your face.
That's just the rain. It's very pretty rain. It's very heavy rain.
They're filing all over your top. There's filling all over your top.
That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though.
You literally hauling a receipt from the donut shop. Comedy!
That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective.
It'd be heavenly because I was about to get all I needed was one more paycheck into my Xbox Pro. Actually, Gears, I'm starting to do this every year now, where I play Bioshock. I try to get through Bioshock and Bioshock 2 during New Year's. Because it's kind of a New Year's set game, sort of, not really, but you get my drift. It's about an event that took place at New Year's, so I think it's a good time to play that game. So probably around that time, I'll start playing the Bioshock games.
So what I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts.
Hey.
Ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea. Never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help. Nah. What you said, that they're just like us, that's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently matter you should be fine.
Well, it's not necessarily gonna be on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. It's just gonna be around that time. Because the idea of me being able to get through a whole game or even two, like in one day, is absurd. I don't want to do that. So it's probably gonna be like a week-long thing. Like I'll be doing the same thing around Christmas time, like I did with God of War last year.
Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues, the spectral whales. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink everything he says. I certainly don't.
Womp womp.
Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help.
Our pleasure.
Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra.
Let's see. I probably should have said that. Oh, shit. Alright, whatever.
Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, Coffee Wizard. Take care.
What a hilarious cameo! Alright. That was quite something.
Well, what do you know, Lack?
Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1 million now.
I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Lack.
I really did nothing much. Are you going to be okay? Okay, enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. Have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and somebody's in. Two people. Hey, Riona. Miss Riona, welcome.
Hello.
How's the traffic out there?
It's a mess. There is construction work taking place on Lenora Avenue.
You know what? On every stream I'm there, I'm going to teach you one German word. This one's a little easy, but Ickman's eye. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That works. Ich. I can imagine the gridlock already.
Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today.
That's great. I'm happy you're here. So anything I make for you this evening?
I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey.
Tea, lemon, honey, brew. Midsummer Night's Dream, yep. Serve it. A cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here.
How whimsical. It's wonderful. Sweet but well balanced with lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you.
You were so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds.
Is that so? How is he?
He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually.
Oh?
He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment.
I see. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Oh, what do you need?
Could you give my contact information to him?
What are these plants with all this rain? It's Seattle, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
We only contacted via Bluetooth last time.
Via Bluetooth? What? What is he talking about? Okay. Oh? Whoa, okay. An email address and phone number are written on it, belonging to Riona Sheeran. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to give her an Irish accent. Why is there an apostrophe at the end of her name? A piece of a blue... Okay, whatever. It's fine.
What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary. All because I couldn't help but feel the pang of bitterness knowing what happened to that tree.
That's entirely understandable, though.
But it was not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please, do let me know. It is the least I could do, as I realized there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human, and we are semi-physical beings, have our own way of sharing information as such.
I understand what you mean.
Okay. I just don't want to incriminate anything or anyone.
It's fine. I get it.
I'm glad.
Oh. I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one. I got really sad because her flowers weren't growing. So I asked her how much water she was giving them. She told me half a gallon every 3 hours. I looked her dead in the eyes and said, well, no kidding. Yeah, that'll do it.
Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little.
No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you?
To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late. And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic.
You know I'm all ears.
That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid.
Pardon?
You know, I've had conversations with more individuals in the past week than I have out in past 2 years. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's troubling.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. She got them flowers, yeah?
I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective. But I've been doubting it really lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday.
Oh, any good news?
No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who might be of assistance. Even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach.
I see.
She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however. Which I am thankful for.
That's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan?
And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, my advice is to slowly increase my network. To make myself known.
Oh?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You probably guessed my concern about it.
I think so. But you could give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand.
I feel like that it would be a shortcut, so to speak.
Right.
She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact.
What would that be? By the way, Lack, I've never said this, but your voice is amazing. I sound like a hyperactive mouse, but then all my family sound like corpses. Or in my head. And then there's me. Well, I appreciate that, Gears. I appreciate it a lot. It's something. Okay, I got you.
What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Besides, you'll have to do way, way more things than just a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know?
Oh, I was supposed to do an impression of Rachel, okay. I'd say that's a decent impression of her.
Thank you. After that, she told me the story of her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. It is either a matter of fact or letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting.
Right. I thought that all sounded familiar.
Will you try her suggestion then?
I don't know. Is it difficult?
No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across.
Information that's been passed down without our consent, but it skipped me and I'm mad about it. Oh, okay. Your family has like the corpse husband thing or something? Is that what it is? Or corpse husband's throat got like burned or something, right? That's what happened to him?
But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like necessity.
Did something happen?
He was stuck.
Pardon?
Actually, he posted about it on social media last night.
Wait, he was at a pizza place, right? We are talking about, singers from France are more musical. Because they have French horns. Hashtag sorry nuts. I'm gonna fucking punch this idiot. Gala.
He posted about it on social media last night.
Oh?
I might have seen it. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responding out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk. Really? He denied it at first. But it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Carey Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night.
Really? What gave you that impression? Sure. I know Court's husband said that it wasn't from smoking, and I think that it was permanent. Okay. Yeah, I thought his throat got like burned as a kid or something, like really badly, and that's what caused his voice to sound like that. That's why he's just like, he doesn't really want people to try and imitate him because of the shit he had to go through because of it.
It sounds like this. How well can I get to sound like Corpse Husband?
The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it.
Right.
So he called to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab?
Wait, was that my line? Yeah, wouldn't it have just been easier for him to just call a cab?
He told me he wanted to know the city better.
At midnight?
Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself.
Touché. Perhaps he didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken, but I thought he doesn't like drinking.
Wasn't he partying?
Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different.
It appears he had dinner with his team.
My family has spasmodic dysphoria. Some just have a coarse voice because we also have gastroesophageal. It's even lower. One of the lower register. It's one of the lower registers for speaking voice. Ah. Okay. Which eroded some of my family's throats, forcing them to eat through a tube. Oh my god. That's awful. I'm sorry, Gears. I have it, but I've taken the precautions not to have this happen to me as well. Okay. Is that a ghost? No. Well, kind of. It's a banshee. She's a banshee.
I see.
I suppose it didn't go as expected.
Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well.
Miss...
However, he said he would keep negotiating until they reach a compromise.
That's good.
Is it though?
Frau Blucher!
Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career, with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive?
What do you mean?
I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail?
Can't talent speak for itself? Oh, honey, no. I'm sorry, you're in the wrong industry then.
But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejections I've received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I?
Right. That's why it doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards.
I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that?
Perhaps because they don't see it as a be-all and end-all? Are there zombies in the game as well? Not so far. There's a muscle spasm causing your voice to jerk. Or as my uncle would say, you sound like a horse. It is uncomfortable and controllable. Oy. That's not fun. Jeez.
Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still. Miss Riona? Yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine. I promise. But, speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home.
Whoa. But I thought you were located in Bellerive. Did I say that right? Bellevue? Is that it? I can't. Did you answer that like? Yeah, I don't know if there are zombies or not. Yeah. The only treatment is speech therapy, but it has only worked for my aunt. The other treatment is botulinum token injection to the voice cords. Did I mention sometimes they just can't speak because of dialogue option. The way it works, Pig, is Painted Pig, the way it works is that basically the coffee you serve them determines where the story goes. That's how it works.
I am.
Toxin. Okay. Toxin injection. Got it.
Moreover, he suddenly
what the? What? Oh, I hit auto. Dang it. There we go. Okay.
But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which made me conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so we had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet.
Hope he didn't get sick then.
Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean...
Bellevue. French for beautiful view. Okay. I guess it's in Washington or whatever.
Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean... Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined.
Probably for the best.
Could have been entertaining, though. I ended up taking him for a drive, though, as I needed to take care of my unfinished business.
A late night delivery?
No, I was buying a pie.
At midnight?
Yes. Why? Concerned you may have a competitor?
So if you serve really bad coffee, you get a bad ending. I guess. I've tried to avoid that, but I assume that has something to do with it. Also in Washington.
Okay.
No, not at all. Maybe a little bit.
Olak, you will be fine.
I sort of want to know just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it.
Well, why?
His daughter loves pies. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had plans to buy pies for his family's get-together. But the report took a while, and the weather was bad. And by the time he was able to get a taxi, he thought everything was already closed.
I see.
But he takes pride in being a Seattleite. So I wonder if he knows about it already. Well, it was a very small kiosk attached to a pub. Very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie, and it serves fresh pies until 1 a.m. She speaks French, too. Oh, nice. Interesting. Good to know. Thanks. Getting back to the story, though. You both went for pies, then?
Yes, and it seemed to fascinate him for some reason.
What did you each get?
He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble with a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top, and a large cup of piping hot coffee with a little bit of milk.
Ouch. I feel betrayed.
Truly.
Oh.
But it was my suggestion since I thought he needed a warm-up.
Double ouch.
I apologize.
I'll live. A little piece of advice, though. A glass of warm water would be better for the inebriated. Really? Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers.
Oh, that's really good information to know. This is why you're the best barista, Lack.
Thank you. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. And what did you get yourself?
I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie for myself. And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink.
Good.
Drinks aside,
What an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it?
I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time.
Please do.
And so we continued our conversation afterwards. That was when he told me he had not given up on his goal, despite the many disappointments in his team. He also told me why he does not drive at all.
Really? Why?
It is... On second thought, it might be better to hear the story directly from him another time.
I apologize. No problem. I understand. Oh, excuse me.
We also discussed quite a few things we have in common.
Really?
Yes, surprisingly. Before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 a.m. We'd almost beaten the level of Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's been a gripping conversation.
I'm not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him then, so I drove him home.
I'm German, so German is second nature to me. But I haven't spoken in a while. I learned French about 3 years ago and Japanese about 7 months ago thanks to Duolingo. Yeah, I'm learning Spanish through Duolingo. I actually need to take a lesson today. I'll probably do that after this stream. The French and the Irish have had a long alliance. The best way is the best way I could say. I know many times in history they have worked together. Good. Yep.
No. I should go now.
Alright, will you be okay?
I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being so patient with my concerns, Lack.
No problem at all. Anytime.
Have a good evening, then, Mike.
Come back again soon. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm going to finish up here now because I don't know how long the next day is going to go. So, I'll try to be back here next Friday. It might be a little later depending on... What? Why is everything... Okay, it's fine. increases this in innovation. But yes, I may play something tomorrow. It may be Hades. We'll have to see. Hades doesn't seem to be that popular, but maybe I'll just keep playing it anyway, because I don't know what else to do. But thank you, everybody. If you want to follow me on TikTok and Twitter, or X, and Blue Sky, you can follow me at LackTheWatcher. If you want to follow me on Twitch, you can follow me at Lack_the_Watcher100. Not that I'm really streaming there anymore. I'm going to try to have a video out next week. Yeah. I have a special guest involved in the next video. It's going to be a little more higher rated than usual, but I'm still going to try to make it funny and fun. But yeah, so thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a good night.